Hi, I'm going to show you today how I created the Yoda, and it will be displayed in one of my galleries, short gallery. And let me introduce myself. My name is Vanessa Sisk, and I've been painting since 1999, and all I do is practice. Do I sell pieces every day? No. Do I sell more than three or four? Maybe. Do I go to school? I used to. And do I still practice? Yes. And I still want to learn about the trends. And I'm also trying to get better and showcase my work everywhere. I waited too long because I had a family. When I got married, had a family, finish my studies as a teacher. And now that I'm getting older, I'm really focusing on showcasing my work, galleries, shops, and how do I get better and how do I get faster. But it's a lot of practice. So I'm going to show you how I did the Baby Yoda. I draw with pencil, permanent marker, acrylics, and fabric paint. First, it could be both on paper, it could be digital, and then or it could be on canvas. It depends the mood I'm in. Um, did I know how to draw? No. I just practiced. It was more like a hobby, and I didn't even know I was that great. I was just practicing. And how I started was painting the eyes. I love eyes, so that's how I started sketching. A lot of pinpointing and almost like henna work, and just practicing a lot of watercolor. But the best one I like is acrylic. Oil, I tried oil, but for me, it never dries. So let me go back to my painting, to my digital art with Yoda, which is gonna take time, but it will get to where I want to be. It'll probably be like 5 months when I finish. I'm a very slow artist because I'm busy during the daytime and I also have a family. So by the time I finish everything, it's when I start my painting. Like once I finish taking care of my family, I make time for me, or I try to find time here and there. But nice meeting you, and let's go. I'm trying to record this way like that you guys could see it. So like that you can see me talking and the picture. If you notice what I did, I had to scan this because I did it on paper, on white print paper. And then I scanned it and I put it into the the iPad. So I'm trying to fix the camera here. So give me a minute and I'll show you. Some paintings I do digital and some paintings I do it abstract, and I also do it on paper and canvas. So first is a regular black and white drawing. Give me 1 minute and I'll get back to you. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm using the black and I'm just tracing it first, and then I'll show you the next process once I finish. It's hard because I'm trying to paint it um, vertically side by side, so it's a little hard. So everything that I do, I'm going to do it in black because right now it's in gray with the pencil. I also try to put some color in here just to give me an idea how it looked like. You guys are wondering what I use pen up, and I also use this is a Samsung. Um, is it Samsung? I forgot. I'll get back to you on this. This is a laptop. I think it's the S10, and let me get back to you. Hold on. I think it's Samsung, and it's a 10 inch pad. Not an iPad, a tablet. Not is it a tablet? Whatever. It's the drawing pad, and that's where I do it. All this here. I used to do it on the phone. I used to do it on the computer, but now I have my drawing pad. So I use Pen Up and I also use Procreate. It all depends. So what I'm doing here is just black, and you'll see that I'm just going over the lines. I'm using the pencil one. I think this one pencil. I'm also going to make it real close so that you can see it. See? So this is what I did. How long did it take me? Or it's going to take me? It's probably going to take me 3 to 4 months, and then you'll see the final results um, once I set it up. So right now I'm just tracing. Right now it's half because this tablet is not that big. So I'm going to do half now, then half later. And I'm just tracing the pencil mark that I do. I also add a little bit more. I don't have to follow what I did, but I also add more lines to it. And I'll just go over it, and I'll show you the next part that I do because I already have it. I took a couple pictures of this one, but I could show the difference of the first step that I did to paint it. I also add more stuff here. If I want to add more background, I do. See, I could add a little bit more of the mountains that's going to be in the back. So I draw and paint using lines and circles. That's what it is. This one just turned off. Let's cancel that. Make sure to. But if you're wondering how I do this, sorry, you hear my son in the background. He's playing his video games with his friends from school. Yes, I'm a mom. I have a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. I have a boy, and I also have a girl. And for those who keep emailing me and asking me, um, am I full time? No, I'm not a full time artist. I am a full time school teacher. I've been teaching for 23 years. I teach the children with handicap, learning disability, behavior, disciplinary, and I teach all subjects, from language arts all the way to science, math, reading, writing, social study, history, health, and everything in between. Excuse me. And I studied art as a minor first, but I graduated with a bachelor in education and a master in special education and brain smart techniques, which is teaching this child how to have fun in school, but with hands-on project and movement of the body and the techniques to use in the brain. And we could also add a little bit of art. In fact, I taught a lesson with a co-teacher, and I brought them canvas, paints, and they did a story, novels. They did literacy elements, and they created their own paintings, and they also researched. So it was pretty good. Maybe I should maybe download those pictures. I think you can see. I mean, with art, you can do so many things. But what I do now is more of charity work. So any paintings that somebody would like to order, or anyone who wants to paint with me, or I go and do a class, or I sell at festivals, flea markets, or do fundraisers, any of my paintings that are sold goes directly to St. Jude's. And I also have a shop in Go Imagine Art Pal. I also have my art in Art Placer, where I sell my originals. But all the work is charitable, and it depends on what fundraiser we're doing. The proceeds go directly to St. Jude's and to the Go Imagine shop. to feed the homelessness and those students or children or families that are going through hunger in this desperate time. So um, I do galleries here and there, unless if I have to, if I have to apply first, of course, and I go do the show. So they could give me commission, or they could write a check right directly to St. Jude's. Some of the time, sometimes, um, if they want to pay me, that's great. And if they want to buy my original, that's where I make my profits, or I work for commission. There's a lot of commission work I do too, and a lot of church activities with youth groups. And I also help other artists or people who want to start the field. How does it start? Um, Also help other people get their own websites. But most of it, if I sell my paintings, 50%, or depending on who I'm going to work with, 100% goes right to charity. But I also need the funds to buy more materials. It's all based through New York City, and we have a lot of people helping in the website. And I also have my gallery set up in Fine Art America. They're pretty good, and I get a lot of sales there. But of course, I gotta keep on promoting and trying to find more clients and the collectors. So you gotta really showcase your work a lot. But back to this painting. This is Baby Yoda. It's a request for a child, and their parents wanted me to do it. This one will probably take 3 to 4 months to complete. Yeah, I want to upload it today, but it was basically created in January, and I'm still working on it. So I outlined everything first that I had before as a draft, because mostly everything here is a draft. It's not the final piece. So I just go over it. You're probably wondering, if you see something or a picture and you have a guideline, sure, you could use it as long as it's not copyright, as long as it's not the same thing. You can change it, you can scan it. It's good with the iPad that you could create it your own way, add your the colors are more vibrant. I mean, for those who are more advanced than I am, some people use apps. Maybe I use that sometimes, but when I like to draw, I like to do it in paper first. I don't want to use no apps yet, because it's not my idea. I want to use my ideas and my illustration. So most of it is just half. And if you want to create more mountains, you can. Maybe some stars. Some stars. So I'm going to finish this one, and then I'm going to take you to the one that I did, which already I added the colors. So I'm just filling up the ones I did as a draft, the lines and those little circles. These little circles are indicating me that I'm gonna make it more color vibrant. That is indicating me that I'm gonna add more color. When I finally first put it in Procreate, I'm gonna add more colors here where I need to add more colors. So I'm just going over what I did with pencil, and I'm going to make it darker. It's mostly like an indication, but it also does the details. I'm also putting the details like that. When I go back and color it, let me go and add some color like that. You can see how I could add the colors here. Done. And then I'll change my brush to yellow. And there it goes. I can make my brush a little bit more thicker. I don't know what you guys use, but I'm using the yellow. See, this is where I paint, and I also save a lot of money on 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 painting because I don't have to use all my paints, and I'm also recycling. So this is where I add the colors to mix it. See, so this is what I do. And get a little bit of the pink as well. And we get some brown. I get some pink in here. Doesn't like me today. Pink doesn't like me today. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, I'll add some glue. Are you being nice to me, glue? There you go. So I keep mixing it. It's probably frozen. There it goes. The pink is in here. And I keep mixing in here until I get it right. And see how I start until I blend it all together. See? And then so it's getting its color there for the ear. So this is what I do. And then I try to combine all at once. This is too thick. So I go back to being thin. And I go back to the pencil. I gotta change it. You gotta keep playing with it. It's like a big puzzle. So I go back and I go back to the mountains. Oh, see, it's like it's on an energy mode, like save energy. But you notice the stars here. If you make a mistake, you could always erase it. But I'm doing the dress. So that's half of it. So I'm gonna pause it and show you the next. Getting dark here. I need a light. Um, I'm gonna show you the next step. Thank you. All right, let me show you the half that I colored in. Okay, so there it goes. So you can see a little closer. You see? Sorry for the reflection. But I know some of you are asking me, do you have a studio? Well, I take classes in New York. There are studios that my team, um, they actually help me. And it's a team of about 13, maybe 18 people. And we share the studio. It's a fee. We pay a fee, maybe a monthly fee. I go 2 to 3 times a month. And we all chip in and we put our money in to rent the studio because the studio looks like a factory. But most of my artwork is created at home in my dining table. See, my dining table. And why? Because I have children and I have other responsibilities. So, but this, most of my artwork is done at home. It's all made at home and it's also handcrafted. I also build my own canvases and I also have Printful and I also have um, other companies that print my prints, and I also have Fine Art America. I use a lot of Fine Art America. It all depends on the artist, how much you want to spend. So because my focus is to paint and sell it or promote it for art charities or even auctions, then they take that money and for fundraising to hand it to the charities or the fundraisers or the group organizations that will auction it for a good bid, uh, and they take that money and donate it to St. Jude's and other shelters, charities, Goodwill, any association that my team works with. I work with a team, and they are from New York City. They're also from Rutgers University or Columbia University. There's a lot of different groups that are a organization, um, non-profit organization. So I join most of it, and of course I get a commission. It could be 100, it could be 1,000. It all depends what you want to charge, and you just list yourself. And I go a lot. I do a lot of emails to companies if they want my work, and sometimes I just do it for decorations, designs. Sometimes I create um, like a commission, but it's mostly more for organizations, and they pay me a fee like any job. It could be by the hour or it could be a contract. Always contract, remember, always contract for those new artists out there. Um, Alexa, put the light on. Alexa, put the dining room light on. Here I am. So, most of my work is really focused on helping the needy. And that's my mission. That I finally found my mission in 2013 when my husband had mantle cell lymphoma, stage 4, and I saw many people suffering, especially children, and this is what I wanted to do. I'm not worried about the likes. I'm not worried about being on top. It's just, for me, I see it as my hobby, my passion, in order to help others or help other artists. Now, if somebody finds me or they like it or they want to promote me, that's fine with me. That's fine. But my true mission behind all this is to help a child live their life, because children need to be free. They don't need to be under any needles or pressure or abuse. They need to have a chance to live. So all the money that I raise for my paintings is to help the family fight this battle like I did for 10 years with my husband and my family. So, um, and at the end of everything is my passion, you know. I tried the galleries and I'm trying different things. But if I could just touch a great collector that will fund my work and help me spread the love of St. Jude's to help another family or another child, that's all I want, you know? But then people are like, well, you got to make the time, you got to make the money. Yes, you do. But art doesn't sell every day. As long as you have to promote it and you have to do something else. You can't sell it every day. It's not possible. So I got to keep putting applications out there. I got to keep exposing my work like any artist starting. And I've been doing this for 20 years, you know. But I was never in social media real deep like I am now. Because my friends, my coworkers, people from church, they're like, you gotta expose it more. I do, but in a more private way, because it's very sensitive. It touch home, and my focus is to get hope, to get awareness, to help a child live their life as much as possible. That's my mission. So thank you for joining me. But I'm going to finish this one because my video is almost 30 minutes long. So I wanted to show you the process. So here I'm going to go in and I'm going to get the colors. See, these is like the spectrum here. And I basically pick any color I want, press done, and then I go into my brushes I got thin brushes, bigger brushes. So let's see with this one. I use it. Let me see what comes out. Sometimes the colors doesn't wanna work with me because it freezes up. See, that one is black. So we're gonna go back and erase that. And I'm gonna touch the colors. Sometimes it's just like it's set there. Doesn't want to. It's black. It doesn't work. Let me pause it. Let me fix it. Okay, so I fixed it. I'm going to show you. So what I do, I just get this brush. And it was on a fixed mode. So here it is. Okay. So I was trying to change the color here. I think it's too light, so I'm going to go over it. Let's see if you can see it better here. See, I have a glass protector there. Let me see. Touch the screen. You can see it more. See this color? So I'm gonna really cool because you save money on the paint and it won't be a mess. So this is where I color it. That's what I go over. Some of my buyers are like, I love how you do it with digital art, and some buyers are like, just go in the natural way. I like both, but at the end they buy the digital one. So it all depends because the colors are more vibrant. So there you go. So now I go and do I also change it. See? I also change the colors. Make sure it hits the mode. There you go. So that's how I do the colors. Sometimes, some people like to buy the digital piece, and we also convert it into a canvas, and that's where I add the fabric paint to make it stand out more. Let me show you an example. Let me go back here and show you an example of the fabric paint that I use for this one. See the painting on this one? It was done digitally, but then I transfer it to a canvas. This is like a draft before I do the big one. And then I add the putty paint. Here's another one. These are just drafts. And then I practice with draft. I know some people just do it right on the big canvas, but I'm old school. And that's the way I learned from my professor. So, and I could also resell this one as a panel frame. And then I just transfer this into a canvas, or I could start fresh as a canvas. But the colors are so beautiful, and it's hard to find. But I'm gonna come back and show you the other piece. I wanted to show you let me see if I could do this one. I'm trying to do the robe that it's brown. Here it goes. The robe is brown. So maybe a lighter brown. So I go over it. This is going to be orange and brown. So now I just go over it and I put a little bit of the yellow too. See? And I just dab away. I also put green. I dab away. I try not to touch the black parts. See, I try not to touch the little black parts because that's what's giving it the details. And let me see. So it's actually a brush. This app has like all kinds of brushes and pens. And I don't want to stay too long. I got my children back there singing. So I have to change it sometimes to get a little thinner. Like that, I don't touch the black marks. So I'm going to show you the other piece. Okay, the final piece, almost the final piece. Okay, hold on. Okay, here I had to turn off the dining room light off in order for you to see the lines, how I went through it. Now the lines came out. So I'm adding the colors in slowly, but I just had to get the lines in here. Um, so you see how I put a line there for you to see it. Let me get closer. See? I'm actually adding more lines like that I could put the colors in. I put the color, but I faded it more in the background. This video is taking too long. So I added a little bit more lines. See, but it's too bright, so I'm gonna have to erase it. Maybe add the lines even thinner. But this takes like about 4 to 5 months. So I'm going to show you the final product after I get the colors in. This is the final piece that it took 3.5 months to go. So you see now I added both together while I was switching So you can see it there that I did the lines. I mean, I'm going to make it closer for you guys to see it. So that's how it looks. Then the last piece will be combining all of them together and take out the lines in order to show more definition of the colors. And then the final last to conclude the painting will be placing this digital art in canvas. And the buyer has a choice to tell me if they want art resin or if they want fabric paint and they want the lines to come out or texture or add more definition with acrylic. But it's a very fun piece, and soon I will have my private art show gallery for buyers and collectors that want to donate to St. Jude's. It's usually used more for a fundraising piece. I make one or two, but I really don't sell the original unless if it's for a good price. But and I also have art collectors that want to give me more money, but I like to also use them for promotion and for like um, organization funds to bring more people to fund more money for St. Jude's, and then I send the payment, through St. Jude's, or the organization will get the money and send it for me, give me half of the profit to me for my work and time. But it's you need to have a good repertoire. You need to be professional. You need to understand your buyers. You need to have communication. You need to talk to a lot of people. You need to expose your work. You need to have a portfolio. Um, you need to have your Instagrams and your Facebook. I think the best two are YouTube and Facebook, but I was so shy to actually go on YouTube because I have kids and some days are good and some days they're very stubborn. So I didn't want to put all my stuff out in the open and not focus on my art. So I still got a lot of family and friends that tell me just go on YouTube, and hopefully this will open new doors for organizations and open more doors for buyers to help me spread the word that I am an artist and I paint for charities, and I like to help new people who are going into the art business. Last question of the day that a lot of people tell me, is it hard? Yes. I'm being honest. It's very hard. You got to make the time. You got to play hard, work hard, play hard. You got to put in the time. It's a lot of work. Sometimes you feel like you're all alone, but you got to focus on your mission. If this is what you really want to do, you got to give it your all and keep practicing and stand up for what you believe in, because for many years I was, like they say, you're hiding in the closet. My paintings were hiding in the closet, and I was thinking they're not good enough. I was always the worst judge for myself. And sometimes people are just curious how you're doing it, and some people want to know the process. And it's not about being on top, it's about getting better every little day, and try to find what you love. And I finally realized that I love doing this, and it relaxes me. It takes my stress away. And like every human being, we all go through our ups and downs, but you got to find a way that you could relax and spend time with you. And why not? Why not help others and give back to your community? But anyway, to the next time, and thank you for joining me. Keep creating and don't stop. Keep on. If this is what you really want, you got to keep on pushing. It took me 25 years, but I'm here. Thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe if you like it. Give me some hope. Give me some good words. What would you like me to paint? What would you like me to do? You could also go into siskarts.com, SISKARTS.com, and you can see my whole gallery. I have prints, I have products, and enjoy. Thank you. It was nice joining you. Have a great day. And remember, stay positive.